Afternoon, folks. This is Eagle Spitz on Desert Island Vids on Punk for the Homeless Eclectic Virtual Festival. With me today is Spike, the poet. Hiya, mate. How you doing?
Doing good.
You doing all right?
Yeah, I'm brand new. Yeah. Just I'm fortunate. I'm one of the people that can still carry on working. You know, so I'm not stuck in the house 24/7. I've been going out for regular walks, and I can go to work in the evening, driving my cab, because we've got to get these key workers to and from work. So I'm more fortunate than most under the present circumstances.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I've been stuck in for close on a month now, but you know, at least we've got seclusion to be able to go to, whereas a lot of our street kids haven't.
So I didn't understand you.
So I've been stuck in for over about a month now, but at least I've got seclusion to go to. Not like the street kids punk homeless look after. You know, if you haven't got a home, you're screwed.
Look, I see a lot of the homeless people in Corby still sitting in shop doorways and getting harassed by the police. Where are they supposed to go? You know, there's nowhere for them to go.
Exactly.
The shelters that are in Corby are full up. There's not enough with the demand.
Right. Well, my wife Rachel works with the homeless in Nottingham, street homeless in Nottingham. But what they've done in Nottingham and some other places, they put them up in hotels.
Aye.
So she's actually off work at the moment. She's getting a rest, or she's not. She's doing all the stuff in the house, which she's been doing for a long time, because we have a house full of punk for homeless merchandise and stuff, t-shirts and stuff. Anyway, Spike, we met 4 years ago at the Cafe Worker Farm, doing a poetry set on the same afternoon, I think.
Yeah, I've performed there twice. Yeah.
Right, yeah, they seem to be doing okay. I mean, I've been in sort of lockdown for about 6 weeks now, I think. Mm. Sorry, carry on.
What you want to chat about, guys?
I'd like to chat a little bit about Veterans for Peace.
Yep, how I got involved and all the rest of it.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. So I'll let you do your story, and then I'll get you to introduce your songs at some point during the interview.
Yeah. Thanks for springing that on me last night. That was good. Aye. Well, the whole Veterans for Peace thing started in the end of 2013, where I was on my laptop. It was on Facebook, and this a blog came up, There was a guy called Ben Griffin talking at Oxford University. So, former SAS man talks about why it's not good to fight for Queen and country, and I was straight on to it, you know. And after I'd listened to Ben talk for about an hour, I think, I phoned them up and joined Veterans for Peace at the end of 2013. I went to the AGM in London, 2014, which was held in March at the time. They've now moved it to November to coincide with the Remembrance Sunday thing, so we can march on the cenotaph and lay a wreath of white poppies for peace. So yeah. So that was the start of it. That's how it all started for me. And joining Veterans for Peace opened an enormous amount of doors for me. And they took me back when I was at the EGM, March 2014. There was a guy called Lee Lavis was speaking, former British who lives in Belfast now, and he was talking about the work he does in Belfast and the north of Ireland. And he asked at the end, "Are there any questions?" My hand shot straight up. I said, "Look, I want to get involved with what you're doing, or what I want to, you know." So just by that, me and Lee talking to each other. By the time August came, I was going back to Belfast for the first time since 1981. I was there as a 21-year-old. I was a soldier in 1981 during the time of the hunger strike. So it was quite an eventful 10 months I was there, all told. So yeah, that's taken me back to, I was supposed to be going again at the end of March to Derry, but obviously it all got cancelled. So that would have been my 16th visit since 2014, talking to former Republican volunteers, talking to former Loyalist volunteers. And the last time I was there, we were talking to American tourists, with a former IRA guy, former British soldier, former UVF guy, talking to these American tourists about how we've found peace with each other, but more importantly, how we found peace within ourselves. And these tourists were absolutely blown away that we've come together to talk about how we can sustain a lasting peace.
Brilliant. Let's have your first song, mate. What's your first chosen song for us today?
I could have chosen from a list of thousands, but I was thinking I was in the cab last night when you messaged me. I thought, oh my goodness. And I had to think of the songs that have impacted me enormously over the years. And the first one is Say It Ain't So, Joe. And when you listen to the lyrics, it's oh man, it kind of fits in with what's happening today. And I like the Murray Head version, but I prefer the Roger Daltrey version. I think he really rips it, and it's one of these songs that impacted me when I first heard it, and I still listen to it today.
Okay, brilliant. So, folks, listeners, viewers, or whatever you are out there, that will be in with our links when this video is posted, which will be today, which is Sunday. So check the links. A lot of our viewers would probably not heard much of about Veterans for Peace. You'd like to tell us a little bit about the organisation, or?
Well, it started in America in 1985 by former Vietnam veterans who were completely damaged and disillusioned by their experiences in Vietnam, and they knew what had happened there was demonstrably wrong, and they wanted their voices to be heard, because all you were ever getting was the official narrative from the American media. So they started the Veterans for Peace, and it started in the UK 2011, I think. It might have been 2009, by the guy that I was talking about earlier, Ben Griffin, because he was in the SAS, he was in Iraq, and he was telling of his experiences in Iraq, and he began to realise, this isn't why I joined the military. And especially when they were banging through people's houses, front doors, kind of things we used to do in Belfast in 81. And it was the looks of the faces on the children who were absolutely terrified. These soldiers come crashing into their house, get all the men in one room, all the women and children in another room, take every piece of apparatus, laptops, phones, TVs, bundle them into bags, take the men away and question them. And so he began to question what his role was in Iraq and what we were doing there. And as we all know, the whole Iraq war was based on lies coming from the puppet Bush and the puppet Blair, who to my mind are war criminals and should be in jail. So Ben Griffin started the whole thing, and they only started with a couple, a handful, and over the years it's grown and grown and grown till we're well over 500 strong now. And we do protest outside the arms trade in London, and we're protesting for the release of Julian Assange. We confront the military when they're on the street letting children play with weapons. I mean, that's to my mind, that's radicalisation. If we were to show a video of Al Qaeda letting kids play with AK-47s and all that, we'd be outraged. We would think, this is wrong. These kids have been radicalised. Why is it any different when we do it in the streets in Leicester or Nottingham or Corby or anywhere? You're allowing children to play with equipment that is designed to rip people apart. And to my mind, that's wrong. The militarisation that's happening in the UK needs to be addressed. And that's what we're about.
Right, good. Yeah, well, it made me think about something what happened last year. I was on an animal rights demonstration in the centre of Nottingham. And a peaceful bunch, but surrounded by police. But next week, there's a big military show. With kids climbing on tanks and stuff, and there's no police around. Oh, you totally got your bloody priorities wrong.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. They allow kids to climb over tanks, and you're protesting about cruelty to animals, and they're looking at you, not the kids. It's a double hypocrisy.
Yeah, it's madness. It's madness indeed. So, what's your next choice of songs, buddy?
Well, the next song, trying to remember what it's called. It was the one that Kate Bush done with the singer from Genesis. What's his name? The wee drummer, old guy.
Phil Collins.
Aye. I prefer the Pink version, and is it John Legend? John Legend and Pink. They sing it rather wonderfully well. Don't Give Up. And I just love the way they harmonise together. I think it's fantastic.
Brilliant. So that's Don't Give Up.
Don't Give Up. Yeah, it was Kate Bush and Phil Collins had done it, and was it the 80s, and then John Legend done a copy of it, which I think is fantastic. And who was the soul singer that died recently? What was his name, Donna? Bill. Yeah. He was the one that was organising the Pink and John together, and it was a masterpiece, I think.
Okay, cool, brilliant. So at the moment you're taxi driving, but you're also a poet. How did the poetry stuff come around?
Well, I remember writing stuff at school, and putting rhymes and stuff together, and but it was when I left the military. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I seemed to be in this semi-permanent state of rage. Do you know what I mean? And I was very aggressive, and I very, very, very nearly went to jail for an act of violence against one particular individual in Corby. A shameful episode, and something that I deeply regretted almost instantly. And I thought, I cannot live my life like this. They sent me to anger management and things like that. So I left the army in 1985, but 1990 had a criminal record the length of my arm, possession of drugs and breach of the peace, assault, and another assault, and like I very nearly went to prison. I got a suspended sentence, thankfully, in 1990. And I just can't go on like this. So it was advised that I write my feelings down in paper. And it started to take a poetic form. And it just kind of grew from there. So 30 years later, you know, I'm performing all over England, Scotland, the north of Ireland, and I even was in Minneapolis a couple of years ago with Veterans for Peace to meet the American Veterans for Peace guys. They were having their AGM there, and I've done some poetry there. So it's taken me to America, and it's taken me a lot of places, you know. So yeah, so that's how it all manifests itself. It's developed in the last 30 years. I've got 5 books out now, and there's more coming. Myself, my friend Don, a couple of books between us. So yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, we've got a lot to look forward to and a lot of work to do.
Excellent. Well, you just remember I was doing some poetry outside the Arms Fair a few years back, and there's a handful of police officers standing watching me. I bumped into some police officers 2 hours later, and I says, "Oh, loved your poetry. Could you do some more?" And I says, "Normally, guys say you're fucking nicked, so of course I'll do you some more poetry," which was sort of anti-drones, anti-war stuff. But yeah, they were listening intently, which was nice.
Oh, I forgot to mention, we done the Edinburgh Fringe last year. Myself with 2 poets from Derby, Emma and Sophie, and a guy from Leamington called Mike Took. And yeah, we done the Edinburgh Fringe. We done 5 shows in 5 days. Excellent experience. And I'd like to do it again, but it's been cancelled this year, so we might have our eyes on it for 2021.
Cool. Let's introduce your song.
You're breaking up, guys.
Let's hear your third song, mate.
Oh, my third song. And I realised after I'd sent you this last night that I've chosen Pink once again. It was I love Chris Christopherson. I think he's a fantastic songwriter. And this song is called Me and Bobby McGee. And I love Janis Joplin's version. But then I heard Pink, and I thought, oh my God, she's got that almost tortured, rough voice, you know, that she belts out. So I opted for Pink, just slightly above Janis Joplin. So it's Me and Bobby McGee, Chris Christopherson song. I absolutely love it.
So, folks, you can find that one in our links too. Yeah. So, anything you'd like to say from your perspective, and is there anywhere people can check out Veterans for Peace?
Yeah. Go online and look for Veterans for Peace. If you're a former soldier and you're struggling, doesn't matter if, like myself, I'm 60 now. You know, it's never too late to confront your demons. So get in touch with Veterans for Peace. You'll get a sympathetic ear. Because that's when I really started to heal all the angst that was within me. Not all about the military. It was all to do with my upbringing. But when I speak to guys and girls and women that have experienced post-traumatic stress disorder, and it all begins to fit in and it all makes sense, and then you can process it and deal with it. So if you're a young soldier, male or female, and you're struggling, or you're at my age and you're still struggling with what happened, your experience in the military, it's great to talk to guys and girls that know what you're feeling. So don't hesitate, get in touch, Veterans for Peace.
Awesome, mate. Well, thanks for being on the show and introducing us to Veterans for Peace. You'll be back tomorrow, Monday, the whatever date it is, at 5:30.
Right, and I'll do a poetry set. I'll keep it about my military, my stand against militarism, and maybe a couple of personal ones, and introduce them. So we'll do from the same sort of set we're doing now. I'll do the poetry set. So I'll look forward to hearing from you on Monday.
Yeah, we'll look forward to hearing you, mate. Bless you. You take care. Have a good weekend.
Buddy, and I hope to see you soon.
Yeah, and you, buddy. Take care.